I'm Rachel, and I'm pleased to say that through my journey with My Holistic, I managed to get pregnant, or we managed to get pregnant, and throughout my pregnancy, Heather was there as a friend. She was very supportive of any questions that I had. Obviously, it's quite an anxious time being pregnant, especially with my age, and she was there whenever I was having a wobble, whenever I felt anxious about anything. Even after I'd had an actual midwife appointment, I would go to Heather and I would discuss what I'd discussed with the midwife, and her expertise and experience in the midwifery field just made any queries that I had around pregnancy just kind of dissolve, because her confidence and her experience, she could help me and guide me as a friend as well. She was there emotionally for me, as well as, the practical side of things. After each and every official midwife appointment that I had, Heather was there to go through any questions that I had, because when you have a midwife appointment, you listen, you take it in, and then you get home and you think of a million things that you should have said at the time, or a million questions that just didn't come out at the appointment. And I had Heather on call to support me and answer any questions that I had and just alleviate any stresses. And obviously when you're pregnant, stress is not your friend. So to have Heather there throughout my pregnancy journey after each appointment just was invaluable. Leading up to obviously nearing my due date, Heather and I had spent some time going through my birth plan, going through my options, going through various different forms of medication that could be given to you at different points in your labour. Even though I was preterm, I felt like I had the knowledge, I was empowered with knowledge. I knew more than I would have done if I hadn't have known Heather, because your midwife appointments that you have, they're very limited. There's only so much that they can go through, and to have the knowledge that I already had meant that even though I was preterm, I felt like I was prepared, because we'd gone through a birth plan. Even though it was preterm, I kind of knew what I wanted and knew what I didn't want, and that really helped me. So I spontaneously went into labour at 36 weeks, which I'll be honest, even though I had been prepared to things happening and I knew the process of what would happen when labour started, it still took me by surprise. And the first person I called was Heather and said, I think something's happening, what do you think? And she was there and she said, yeah, it sounds like you're starting the journey. And she was very kind and very reassuring, as she has been throughout our whole time together, and just went through what was going on, what was happening. Even though we had discussed it before, when it actually happens, it's still very different and very scary. It's scary. So to have someone there, a friend, and also somebody with all the midwife experience to go through everything with you and just calm everything down, which is what you want when you're going through the process of labour and through those first stages. Having the support of My Holistic throughout both my pregnancies, it's been key. It's been such a big part of my whole journey, from conception, pregnancy, even afterwards. Having Heather as a backup birth partner as well. That's how much I value her as a human being. I wanted her there if my husband couldn't be there. So it's been invaluable and just so precious.